So, hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we have with us Jeet, who recently switched from Techion Corp to Salesforce and he has joined Salesforce as a member of technical staff. So, today he'll be telling us all about Salesforce interview experience, why you should apply, what level you should apply for, and all of that stuff. So, welcome to the channel, Jeet.
Yeah. Thanks, Amisha. So, as he said, like my name is Jeet and I'm like 22 grad. And previously, I was at Techion Core for like 2.5 years. And like I have joined Salesforce as MTS in December 24.
So, first of all, like Salesforce is not a very famous company, I would say. Like a lot of people don't know, especially college students. When I was in college, I did not know about Salesforce. So, can you tell, like, why should someone apply to Salesforce? I know it's a great company. What are the perks and why you should apply?
Like perks wise, it's like there are some typical perks of the company like food, insurance. Like apart from that, like mainly there are only two things I would say. Like work culture is really good. Like I've been here for 1 month and I can say like people are really good and helpful and work culture is really decent. That's one of the thing. And pay wise also like it's really great. Like whatever level are you applying, whether it's AMTS, MTS or SMTS, uh, the pay is really good. So that, and there are some two or three perks that are, I guess, not present in another companies. Like is one thing called dental insurance. I don't know if it's present in other companies or not. And they give you like 6-7 thousand monthly to like do like gym, spa, or there are many 10 other things involved. You can spend money on that and you get a reimbursement on that. So that's not generally in like startups or like even bigger startups. It's generally in MNCs only. So like main 2 points I would say, like work life balance wise and pay wise, it's
Okay.
really decent.
And do they also give an iPhone, from what I've heard?
Yeah, they do. Like you have a choice. Like you can choose iPhone or Google Pixel. So yeah, you can choose that. It's me, but yeah, there is one guess. Maybe I mean, it's you should only like you can set up your personal profiles on there, but yeah, it's mostly used for like company work. It's not like you can extensively use it for your personal, I mean, as a personal phone. But yeah, you can use it. It's not a problem.
Okay, got it.
Hmm.
So that's good. And yeah, I've heard a lot about the work-life balance.
Hmm.
So, coming to the next question, you mentioned AMTS, MTS, SMTS. So, what role should you apply to? What is the difference between AMTS, MTS, SMTS? And you have joined as MTS, so
Yeah.
sort of technical staff. So, if you can explain that.
Yeah, AMTS, like college pass outs, like fresh grads can apply to AMTS. And after that, suppose you have like 2 years of experience to 2.5, 3.5, like then you can apply to MTS. And SMTS is like they give it to 4 years experience also. Sometimes if your profile is really good and your interviews are perfect, then they give it to 4 years experience also, SMTS. And SMTS is like 4 to 7, 8 years is like SMTS. Then is LMTS. It's like around 8-9 years of experience uh, from like LMTS. Then is PMTS, like it's way more experience. Like it's like 12 plus years of experience. So yeah.
Okay. Okay. So, AMTS, MTS, SMTS, LMTS, PMTS. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. And you can also search a little bit if you want, but that's roughly experience and level wise.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and so the next question, how did you apply? Did you apply via referral or did you just directly apply?
Yeah, so like there is one like alumni groups of my college and like my senior posted like my org is hiring. If anyone is interested, like I can refer you. So I pinged him, and like it was in like August end. So I told him like, so he referred me, and like I got a test link around mid September. Yeah, I have applied 2 times back in Salesforce. I got rejected 2 times before that because like my experience was really less. So I thought now uh, I will get a chance. So then the typical process started.
Okay, so can you explain the process? Like, uh, w- was there a test? How many rounds were there? What is expected in all these rounds? Like, we will discuss in detail, but the program, like from the starting to the end, the interview rounds.
Yeah, it's like first is the test, and after that, like they have an criteria. Like if you score 80% of the points given in test, like you get a chance to interview. And yeah, like so like mine was like medium side only, so questions were medium, but yeah, you can get hard questions also. Some of my friends or people I know, like that they have given test in like same time frame as me, like they did get like bit hard questions, so like they weren't selected. But yeah, mine was like implementation wise, it was shorter and medium questions, so that I completed it like really in less time. So yeah, it's like kind of medium questions, then you get to interviews. There are like mainly 3 interviews, like it can be like 3 4, depends, but yeah, mine was like 3 interviews. So like first is algorithmic, second is like system design, and third is managerial.
Okay, got it.
Hmm.
So, can you tell like the questions for the first round, that is the online test link? Like, how many questions are there, and how many you need to solve? How many you solved, and what were the topics asked and difficulty? So,
Okay.
how
Like
should like how should someone prepare? Probably like which topic should someone prepare?
yeah, like there were like 2 questions. Like my both questions were like greedy based. Like it was greedy. First was like uh, coordinate geometry and greedy combination. It was like math type question, and the greedy algorithm was involved. And second was like array based, then greedy algorithm was involved. So yeah, like mine were too greedy, but like for other people, they have gotten like different topics also, like graph DP, and other like simple array questions, or like simple map questions, like typical CFBCBA type questions, I would say. So yeah, some people have gotten really hard questions also, like you cannot found them online. Yeah, I mean, I was reading on lead code some time back, like before the test, like how like what kind of question people have gotten, but mainly it was like graph, this greedy array, and binary search. Yeah, there were many questions on binary search also. So yeah, these topics you can, like if you typically have prepared for interviews, and then these topics are automatically covered.
Got it. So, okay. So, what was the first round like? It was DSA based, but how was the level of questions? How long it lasted? How was your experience?
Yeah, like first round, like then after the test, like in October mid, I guess, like I had my interviews, and like all interviews were in same day only. So yeah, like so it started from like 10 a.m. or something, or 9, or I don't quite remember the time. So yeah, like questions, like first question was like bit on easier side. He just wanted to like get me comfortable. So like first question was a bit on easier side. It was like on map only, uh, like it's like I forgot the question name, but yeah, it was that only. But he had added another condition, so it was typical map based question. Like it was on Cadence algorithm, like variation of Cadence, that kind of question. So I solved it in like 20 or 15 minutes. But yeah, the second question was like I can't tell you the exact question, but yeah, it was like LC hard and it was like based on cash. I mean, typical cash question, cash related question. So yeah, it was like hard because I had to implement in like 35 minutes.
Okay.
And I have to also explain him the algorithm, like what's the algorithm behind it. So like it took 15 minutes to give him like overview, like how will it work. Then he quickly said that we don't have time. You can assume some of the things that like this function is doing this, then how will you, like, so he just focused on the main parts of that algo. So yeah, like some in between, like there are some parts that I was stuck one or two. There was one in between, there was like one thing like I messed up, but like he gave me a hint that yeah, hey, it's your mistake here, like can you please correct it. Then yeah, I completed it. But yeah, it was like mix of pseudocode and like C++ or whatever language I'm using. So I didn't run that code. Then we like took the test cases and run it against that pseudocode, and like yeah, there were mistakes. There was 1 2 mistakes in that also. Then I corrected it. So it was around like 1 hour 5 minutes long interview.
So then the next part was design, from what I know. Second,
Hmm.
so what was it? SLD, LLD, and what were the questions asked? Just tell about the second round.
Yeah, like second round, like it was for MTS role, like they mainly focus on like LLD part only. But yeah, like it's like depends, like, but you should uh, prepare both LLD and HLD. So like in last 10 15 minutes they can ask about bit of HLD. So but as I was preparing for like other companies interviews, I was very well prepared with both. Then like there was like typical, no, it was not typical question, but yeah, like I had an idea about that question, how to solve that. Like if you solve like 15 to 20 questions, like standard questions, you get an idea. But yeah, then in that question we had to discuss like a lot about kind of database that we can use, and like how we can optimize search queries. So yeah, I can't give you the exact question, but I'm just like giving you the overview. So like it was, there were like different query. It was like mainly based on queries. So like he went deep into that part. So like you should have knowledge on Elasticsearch. Like it was written in my resume also. That's why he expected that like you are knowing that and you have worked on that. So like solution involved that. Then we went deep into that. Different databases like NoSQL databases, mainly Cassandra, MongoDB, Dynamo, typical NoSQL databases. And I don't quite remember the fourth one. Like we were discussing that, and like he was saying like with our requirements, like what we can choose. And there was Elasticsearch also involved for queries. So yeah, that was the mix of that. And he had given other requirements. Like when we started the question, he had listed down the basic requirement, like this is our requirement, and like basic one. And then I started implementing that. Okay, I will make classes like this, our service will look like this, or implementation class or everything. Then he gave me one more two more requirements, like if we want to do it this way, like how can we modify our current solution. Then we went into this discussion. Then after that, like he was kind of satisfied, I guess. Then he asked me about HLD also, like like this simple like basic questions like latency, availability, and like replication, and those like CAP theorem kind of thing. And yeah, then we went into that like for 10 and 15 minutes. It was not that much complicated. He just wanted to test out like my HLD knowledge, like if I know the things or not.
So then after that, like the third round. So is this like the third round managerial round? Is it very hard, like, or is it like other companies only that if you will most likely clear it?
For like managerial round, it actually depends like who is taking the round. To some people, they only ask like resume and generic stuff, like if they are matching with our culture and our requirements and our tech stack. But yeah, like I was also asked technical question and also DSA. So, so it was like 1 hour 10 minutes long interview. So like starting, he just ask like simpler questions, like I mean typical HR questions for 10-15 minutes, and then he went on to resume, and like he wanted to understand like one of my projects, like how uh, like he didn't understand like how what is this, and he wanted to understand the product and how did you implement and handle the support issues and other criticalities. And after that he again like asked me like DSA questions for like 35 to 40 minutes. So there was only one question actually, but yeah, it was like binary search based question. And yeah, it was like medium or slightly above medium question. Like it was not from LC, or I haven't read or seen that question like previously anywhere. But yeah, it was pretty much doable if you have like done algorithms in a good way.
So that's it. Like you were asked HR questions and DSA question.
Yeah,
So
HR, like for some people, it depends upon role. Like if you go to SMTS, they won't ask DSA, they will ask system design.
okay,
Depends upon team also. Like there are different clouds like service industries and data and that kind of cloud. So like their manager have like specific requirements that yeah, they have like actual involvement of HLD in their work, then yeah, they will ask that. But yeah, for SMTS and above folks, like and HLD is, they also ask HLDs in managerial round.
all your rounds were over, and then what happened after that? Like, when did you get the offer?
Like it was on Friday, my all rounds was like clear, and Monday only I got a call from HR, like how what is your notice period and like expected pay and current pay or things like generic things like that. And I gave that information, and 1 or 2 weeks after that, I guess approx 10 days, just few days before Diwali, like I got an offer letter.
And finally, last question. How did you prepare, like, for DSA design, so many things, and while working? So, any resources or anyone, if anyone is preparing for Salesforce, then what would you suggest?
At the time of interview, I just went through some standard questions like some standard graph and like advanced topic questions. Apart from that, I was fine with any question. But yeah, like it depends on many factors. Like previously, I had done many questions, so many questions in LC or like CP, and so like I didn't prepare much, but it can vary to person. Like if you have solved very less question, and like you have sold it back in like 22, or you haven't done much, then your knowledge will be rusty, and like interview levels are far different from 22 to now. So then you need to give at least 3-4 months to just do lead code. That's enough for most of the companies. Contest is like good way, like not much, but like at least 5-10 contests. And yeah, one main thing, mock interviews. Like you should give mock interviews before that. Like I had given like 5 or 6 mock interviews before my actual interviews, and especially for system design.
So where did you get like give the mock interview? So did you give it to your friends only, or because it's hard to find people who will take system design mock interviews? For that, they also need to know, right?
Yeah, yeah. So like there is a one website called Prem.
Ramp, okay.
Yeah, where there you can give algorithms and behavior and the system both. I mean all three of them. But now it's like they've changed their model to like subscription based. So like they give 5 free interviews. So I just use 3 mails to get 15 or 10 interviews. Then in that you can find people who are like looking for switch. Then you can connect with them, and then you both can take each other's interviews.
So thank you so much, Jeet, for your time, and you told us in a lot of detail. So I am sure this video will help other people.
Mm.
So, and lastly, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you have any questions, leave them in the comments. So
Yeah.
thank you so much.